read the Raj Siddhan Sutra. In this process, the earth element does not think I provide the solidity of the body by assembling, nor does the water element think I provide cohesion to the body, nor does the fire element think I digest whatever the body eats, drinks, chews, or the testes, nor the wind element think I perform the functions in the body, inhalation and exhalation, nor does the space element think I create hollow spaces inside the body, nor does the element of consciousness think I produce a name and form of the body, nor does the body think I am produced by this condition. Yet, with these conditions are present, the body is formed. So this is so now here. So third link. So finish first link, ignorance, and second link, karmic formation, and now third link is consciousness. So this consciousness, we are talking about impure consciousness. Impure is the samsara. So we are not talking about consciousness which is polluted by ignorance, like this third link. So you can see the monkey picture, monkey. So that monkey symbolizes ordinary mind, okay? Not pure mind. Because what happens if a monkey, if you put the monkey inside the house and lock the door, then what happens, jumping up and down, looking from the windows, and cannot stay in one place, just everywhere. Monkey. The ordinary mind is which is polluted by ignorance. Samsaric mind is like monkey mind. So we have so many thought, emotions, it's coming, remaining, dissolving, anger coming, remaining, dissolving. All these emotions coming, remaining, dissolving, cannot stay in one place. So that so monkey symbolizing the this third link, which is contaminated consciousness. It means ordinary consciousness polluted by ignorance, samsaric consciousness. Okay, we're not talking about the pure mind. Okay, very important distinguish. So this is consciousness, generally speaking, divided into two. Okay, it's very important to understand causal consciousness and resultant consciousness. Causal consciousness, resultant, two types of consciousness. So the causal consciousness, the duration is much longer till we die. Is scary. The resultant consciousness, just moment when we are going to die and connect to the next rebirth. That is very short moment. So this consciousness divided into two. Okay, causal consciousness and resultant consciousness. It's very important to understand. Okay, so so that is so I want to so now the definition of this third in consciousness is it is defined as that state consciousness which occur immediately after conception into a new existence through the power of karma and bad thought. That is the definition of this consciousness. So then this as I mentioned, generally speaking, this type of consciousness divided into 6 types of consciousness, right? Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mental consciousness, and also have certain typical features. It can be like virtuous, it can be non-virtuous, or neutral mind. It includes parts, so this is maybe a little bit complicated. Parts abandoned by the path of seeing, parts abandoned by the path of meditation. So this kind of, okay, this, you understand what I'm saying? So this, it means we have to understand about the intellectual throwing karma. We're talking about that consciousness is polluted by karma and afflicted emotions. So that means throwing karma. Thrown, you have no choice. You're thrown into rebirth because of the karma. Okay? So that kind of mind is intellectual, thrown into the rebirth. So then one part should be abandoned by the path of seeing, direct realization of emptiness. One part is abandoned by the path of meditation. You understand what I'm saying? So that and so the branch is possessed by the both higher beings and ordinary people, and by individuals in all 3 realms: desire realm, form realm, formless realm. No matter where are you, we all are in the samsara, and this polluted, contaminated third link consciousness. So now first I want to talk about this one, make very clear, causal consciousness. We talk about causal and resultant consciousness, like which is, so causal consciousness is the consciousness that receives impression, like impression, so deposited by seeding actions. It's called causal consciousness. Second is that, for example, like that negative karma, negative karma seed that was previously deposited on the causal consciousness, right? Is ripen and give rise to the new unpleasant suffering. So that is first moment which the consciousness became conjoined with the new life is called resultant consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? It's clear, right? Everyone clear? I'll give you one example, so that's very good. For example, because of ignorance, right? Ignorance and not knowing the cause and effect, not knowing the law. So you may perform negative actions, right? So all negative actions such as harming others, killing, so on, etc., are done to benefit oneself. After all beings are under the misapprehension that they are doing well-being, that they are doing will bring happiness, but they think they are doing happiness. That's ignorance, confuse our life. The fundamental ignorance of the cause and effect cause being to perform harmful actions. As soon as the particular actions, for example, healing is completed and deposit a seed of the consciousness, causal consciousness. Talking about, remember, causal consciousness, which is carried forward as a potential that will ripen in the form of the suffering experience in the future. That consciousness that receive the seed and carry it forward without interruptions until the conditions are met for that seed to ripen is called causal consciousness. That is example. In general, that we refer to the third being of interdependent origination of the consciousness is, generally speaking, causal consciousness. When negative action seed that was previously deposited in the causal consciousness ripen and give rise to new unpleasant birth. So that is causal consciousness. The moment when the consciousness became conjoined with a new life is referred to causal, is resultant consciousness. For example, which has its underlying motivation is ignorance. Motivated by ignorance about the true nature of self because of the ignorance that grasp in the inherent existence self. Your action way that you believe will make that self happy. Make that self happy because inherent existence like happy. You may make offerings or charities or do whatever ethical, any virtuous, perform other virtuous actions. These actions are deposited on the consciousness, which are the carried forward until the ripen into the happy rebirth. At the same time, in the future, these virtuous action, which is contaminated because it is motivated by ignorance, becomes the cause of birth in desire realm, form realm, and formless realm. And that will receive and carry forward the karmic seed is called causal consciousness of the happy rebirth and unhappy rebirth. Like that. First moment which such seeds ripen as birth in one of the happy migration is called the resultant consciousness. So in samsara, where were you born? So this is third link consciousness. We have causal consciousness and resultant consciousness. So the causal consciousness, since you born till you die, duration 50 years, 50, 60, whatever it goes. The resultant consciousness, just moment you are going to connect with next rebirth. So very short movement. So this is the difference between causal and resultant consciousness. Right? So now when we talk about consciousness, right? So we have different explanation of the mind, right? So Ilupa, we talk about clear-light mind, and Kagyu talk about Mahamudra, natural state of mind, and Sakya too, and the Nyingma talk about Rigpa, awareness mind, but all comes to one point. You understand what I'm saying? So it is very important. First, we have to distinguish ordinary mind and pure awareness mind. So generally speaking, Buddha himself said, do not rely on gross mind, but rely on the wisdom exalted mind consciousness. So that makes very clear discriminate between ordinary mind and pure awareness mind. So generally speaking, ordinary mind is temporarily covered by the disturbing emotions, and it is dual mind because it object subject appears to our mind dual. So we cannot make this ordinary mind, we cannot make appearance and reality one taste. So when we are polluted by ordinary mind, subject, object, split, appearance and reality become big distance. So there's appearance something, but reality is not that one. So whatever emotion arises, so there's appearance and there's reality. So we are not making appearance and reality one taste. So we have different taste. Appearance something, reality something. So that dual mind. So dual mind is called ordinary mind. Now, exalted wisdom mind, like which is not dual mind, which is pure mind. So this is very important, right? So according to Guam Samaja Tantra, Kirupa, then we talk about clear light. So clear light mind, right? So we have speak about different kinds of mind, right? So first we will talk about very gross mind, which is very gross mind, right? So which we see, which we hear, what we can this is gross mind. It is manifesting, functioning to our manifesting phenomena. So very gross. Now gross mind. So it means for example, like so you see eye consciousness, these are very gross mind, right? So when you eye consciousness and all these sensory mind dissolve, so then mind becomes a little bit subtler, right? For example, like when you go to sleep, right? All your sensory mind dissolve and you are functioning with your mental mind, consciousness, dreaming or whatever appears in the dream it is gross but subtler than this how can I say this sensory mind. So when you have very deep sleep, it's much subtler than dreaming mind, right? If you are like that, and then if you have if you are fainting is subtle, much subtle than the no dreaming mind. So mind is like this. So it's gross, very gross, and then dissolving, and then fainting or whatever. Then these are considered different layers of the mind according to Kilupas and like that. And then we talk about mind varies because the functioning mind, it depends on the wind of the mind. Strong wind, medium wind and weak wind. For example, like anger, very strong wind going up. Like attachment, compassion, very gentleness. You know, like medium wind. Depression, anxiety, weak wind. So the movement of the mind depends on the movement of the wind. Understand? Because of this, we talk about 80 conceptual mind dissolve, right? According to Guam Samaja Tantra, right? So the 80 conceptual mind dissolve, right? So it means when we die, 40 conceptual minds, right? So then that mind dissolve into that increasing mind. So then 37 conceptual mind slowly dissolve. And then that increasing mind dissolve into the black near attainment mind, which is like black, totally black. Then 7 conceptual mind dissolve. So altogether 80 conceptual mind. So this white appearance mind, red increasing mind, black near attainment mind, and clear light mind, which called empty, the very empty, and all empty. Understanding emptiness and then dissolving mind due to the functioning of your wind channel and exercising, right? So when this 80 white increasing mind, white appearance mind dissolve 80 conceptual mind, 80 conceptual, then increasing like 33 or something like that. Black near attainment 7 concepts. All 80 conceptual mind collapse. All these are temporary mind. They are not they are temporary. Right? They are temporary mind. They are not clear light mind. They are subtle but temporary mind. They are adventitious. But when the 80 conceptual mind dissolve, then mind of the clear light mind appears. That mind is, according to Kilupa and Goemsama, that is clear light nature mind, which takes rebirth to next clear light nature mind. That is completely all empty. It is empty of white appearance, empty of red increasing, and empty of black near attainment, all empty. Therefore, it is pure mind. Okay, so that that is the, according to Gelupa and Goensama's mind. Now, Kaigyu is called Mahamudra, right? Natural state of mind. Generally speaking, Mahamudra, understanding emptiness and reality of the mind. So, talking about natural state of mind, it means one taste, non-arising, non-meditation. So that's, according to Kaikyu, means natural state of mind. It means one taste, one pointness, non-arising mind. So it means our mind should be remain natural. We cannot push the mind. We cannot conform the mind. We cannot accept the mind. So if something is when thought coming, when emotions coming, generally speaking, like ordinary mind will conform. This thought is coming, it is remaining, it is dissolving, conforming. That is not natural state of mind. As soon as thought arises, right? Perception arises. Thought, emotion, perception, making one with the natural state of mind. You understand what I'm saying? That is the Kaigyu, Kaigyu is called Mahamudra. Mahamudra means same point, okay, but different, natural state of mind. It means not conforming the mind. Remain where it is. They said do not push the mind. Right? So just natural state of mind means you just open the mind like speed. And then that is according to Kaigyu, Kaigyu is called the Mahamudra. So different, but point is same, okay. All point is to understand the Dharmakaya and our nature of mind, right? So Kaikyu is like a, generally speaking, very similar. But now in the Nyingma Dzogchen, so it's they call the Rigpa awareness mind. So Rigpa awareness mind, right? So Rigpa awareness mind. So according to the Dzogchen light, we have ground, path, and fruit. Ground, path, and fruit. Gelugpa we say base to truth, method, wisdom, bodhicitta, and emptiness, right? And result, dharmakaya and the nirmanakaya. Dzogchen, base ground, path, and fruit. So ground, path, and fruit, right? So it means Rigpa. So that means Rigpa in the Dzogchen tradition, Rigpa is something pristine awareness, primordial pristine awareness, which is empty from the beginning to the end, right? But primordial pristine awareness mind, which is empty from the beginning to the end, not polluted at all, and spontaneous is present. Unify these together is ground Rigpa. So you understand? So in the Dzogchen, it's called primordial pristine awareness, which is empty from the beginning to the end. Unify with the spontaneous present state of mind. That is the ground Rigpa. Ground. So ground itself, two divided appearance of ground and ground itself. In the Dzogchen is very different from the in Dzogchen. Your Rigpa is very clear, right? Clear Rigpa. You can see when you, generally speaking, when we see, right, it means our eye consciousness goes to the object of the seeing. But if you are in the Rigpa awareness, you see, you smell, you taste, but you remain on the Rigpa very clearly. You are not disturbed by this sensory object. That's one unique quality of the appearance of the Rigpa, you know. Appearance of the sixth consciousness. Oh, we are talking about the eight consciousness, right? Mind base of all, afflicted consciousness, according to the mind only school, right? 6 plus afflicted mind and mind base of all. All these consciousness appear, but your Rigpa is very clear and not distracted. You understand? Generally speaking, when we see something, mind go there. But if you are in the Rigpa awareness, clear, you see, but Rigpa always there. So there is one unique quality of the Dzogchen, you know. So generally in the Gelugpa, you know, when you see something, right, so your mind goes to the object of that, whatever you see. So that is kind of like sensory mind, right? Sensory consciousness. Then this will distract the object, lose your clear light mind. Okay. So here, this is the Rigpa. So ground Rigpa means pristine awareness, empty from the beginning to the end, unified with spontaneous present is ground Rigpa. On the basis of this ground Rigpa, they said two ground path, right? Approaching through pristine awareness, approaching through spontaneous present state. These like skillful, like Gelugpa is like unification of the bodhicitta mind and emptiness. So You know what I mean? Approaching through Vishnu awareness. Approaching through spontaneous present mind, skillful mind, is the path to achieve fruit Rigpa, which is Dharmakaya and Nirmanakaya. So, internal lucidity of the primordial lead you to Dharmakaya. External lucidity of the spontaneous present lead you to the Nirmanakaya. So which is, like manifestation of these holy beings come to teaching. So that is the difference between Gelugpa, Nyingma and Kagyu Sakya. So generally speaking like this. So when we talk about these 12 links of interdependent origination, so that link is not pure mind. That is like monkey mind. Like you put a monkey in the house, right?
Yeah.
What happened? Well, everything, jumping out, up, down, looking from the window. This is our ordinary mind like this. We cannot stay in one place, So many thoughts coming, arising everywhere, That is samsaric mind. So, but this samsaric mind should be divided into two. Causal mind, result. We have to know, and then this will third link, right? So motivated by ignorance. And we create karma. Who will create karma? This third link carry the karma. And we will in the samsara, So that's the teaching tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.